When you think about social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter come to mind. But what many don't see is that social media has deeply impacted the workforce, specifically law enforcement. It is hard to imagine that something seemingly entertaining can be important. Baron Brown, a professor of criminal justice at Chaffey College, depicts how he feels social media can negatively affect law enforcement.
I will say social media does hold law enforcement and criminal justice systems' feet to the fire in regards to accountability. But oftentimes, those who report have no idea about the law, have no idea about public policy, have no idea about internal procedures of accountability.
Let's go with some of that evidence, all right?
Eric Hall is an AP English teacher at Etowah High School and believes that social media allows the truth to be revealed rather than obscured.
It's an obvious fact that has been obscured by cultural denial. The obvious fact is that there has been racial injustice in general perpetrated by law enforcement for decades and decades in this country. All you have to do is look at Tom Robinson was shot 17 times. Everyone knows that literature. And we all know that this continues to this day.
It's the social media risk. It's the political correctness risk. It's the community response to these kind of things, these kind of stimuli, that sometimes will cause officers to be very, very frustrated. And that has an adverse impact on proactive police work.
Officer David Campa has been on the force for 19 years. Upon returning to patrol after a 4-year stint in narcotics, he has some concerns on how social media will affect his work environment and other officers.
There's been several things that affect my job as well as police officer, as well as my fellow coworkers. Any type of video that's on social media will always affect our job, sometimes in a positive and sometimes in a negative. When it comes to that, as far as if there's a use of force on social media, sometimes it's not always favorable to law enforcement, but you got to remember sometimes when it comes to social media, you only see a small fraction of the use of force, and you don't really see the whole totality of the circumstances.
So what social media has done is empowered individuals in our society who for a long time have not had power in a way that is really very remarkable and is causing change.
So it can definitely be an effective tool, just like I said, just as vicious a tool to prosecute us without due process. So there needs to be some balance.
My views compared to a normal citizen changed quite a bit because I'm behind the scenes and I understand exactly what happens on a day-to-day basis. That's why it makes my job hard, but however, it makes my job very rewarding when I can help somebody in a bad situation.